Welcome to the Well Fuel Podcast, your spot for everything gut health, detox, hormones, a healthy home, mold, and everything in between. I'm your host, Isabel Smith. I'm an integrative and functional registered dietitian and the founder of Isabel Smith Nutrition. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Well Fuel Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking all things colostrum. It's a conversation that people ask me about all the time online. Clients ask me, so I figure let's talk about it. I really love colostrum. I use it in various different clients for various different reasons, and I've used it myself. And, colostrum is super powerful. Is it a nutrient? Is it a protein? Somewhere in between. What it is it's basically a nutrient-dense fluid that is produced by a mammal shortly after giving birth. And it's rich in antibodies, growth factors, and nutrients. And its properties are compared to sort of similarly to regular milk that has protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, and has immune-supporting compounds like lactoferrin and TGF-beta. So people are using it for like anti-aging, beauty, you see powders and supplements and all that kind of stuff. But what's it really used for? So when I use it to support people's immune systems in their guts. I use it to supporting just the general immune system response, which can include preventing foodborne illness when you travel. Could be even used to help prevent the norovirus if somebody in your house has it. So I will have clients use it in that regard. One of the things it's famous for is helping to support like gut permeability, leaky gut, promoting mucosal healing and reducing inflammation. And I do see that. I'm thinking as I record this, I may start taking it again because I've been having a lot of trouble with like the bugs in my body and my immune system and all that kind of stuff again since I started this nicotine patch, which again, I'm going to have another conversation about. But colostrum is also cool because it contains prebiotics, and prebiotics are basically the food for the bugs in your gut. Prebiotics are specific fibers and compounds that feed the gut bacteria. And without food, the gut bacteria can't thrive. So, that by providing specific prebiotics and just overall fuel to support these healthy bugs, it helps to support microbial diversity and therefore, which is always really important. The more balanced your gut, the better functionality it has when it comes to infection and food and digestion, fermentation, and postbiotics, which I had a whole conversation on here. So check that out. It was published a few weeks ago. And the other thing that colostrum does well is it supports anti-inflammatory sort of properties throughout the system from the gut elsewhere. Again, I'm going to start taking it again now that I'm thinking about what I need right now. The other thing that's really powerful about colostrum is that by supporting the microbes in the gut, it also helps to support the gut-brain axis, one of our favorite things to talk about. So the gut-brain axis is the superhighway between your gut and your brain, and that influences things like neurotransmitter production. It supports things like mood, anxiety, stress, etc., cognitive function, memory, focus, attention. And the healthier our microbiome is, the healthier the neurotransmitters, which again are everything I just talked about, sort of their functionality, are supported and therefore produced. So colostrum, by supporting the health of the gut microbiome, anti-inflammatory microbes, etc., can help to support this gut-brain axis, right? If you've got anxiety, you probably want to check into your gut. Sometimes the anxiety can be connected to histamine overproduction, which again traces back to your gut. So like if you're sitting out there being like, okay, great, Isabel, but should I be including colostrum? I can't answer that specific to you, but I would definitely talk to your healthcare provider about it. It's available in a variety of different sources, from capsules to powders. I personally, and I'm not sponsored by them, use Designs for Health. And Designs for Health, they make a product called Tegracell Colostrum, and I really like it. I've had people use Now Foods colostrum. I've had people use Jarrow's colostrum. I typically use it in capsule form personally, but people use it in powders and other stuff. Make sure whomever you're taking is like well sourced, because that's really, really important. Obviously, you cannot use colostrum as a standalone. You need to use it as part of your like full, well-rounded, healthy, diet, etc. But it is definitely a tool that can be very useful. Travel medicine clinics are using it to prevent foodborne illness when in places where the bacteria in the water might be different. And that's actually one of the things that turned me onto it. I had a patient tell me this at some point, that she went to one of the travel medicine clinics, one of the more well-known one, and they were recommending that they took, this, I think it's called Travelon, but it's basically colostrum, prior to each meal. And that was supposed to be helpful with preventing foodborne illness. And I got to tell you, I have so many people who come back from traveling to a variety of different places sick these days. So I've been having people take colostrum with them when traveling, and I've seen pretty good results, which is amazing. Is this something that you should definitely be taking? So here's the thing, and I say this to people, I say this online on our social media, and I say this to clients, it's like, there's so many good things out there. But what's really important for you right now, and I can talk you through my own process that I'm sort of thinking about sitting here being like, should I incorporate colostrum again? I have had ongoing issues with my immune system with respect to Lyme disease and other co-infections. And therefore, my gut, although I don't have gut symptoms and I never really have, isn't the happiest place in the world. So for me, supporting my immune system means, I just did a workout before I'm sitting here recording this podcast, and I am like sore and swollen already, which I'm having more trouble with. So we're right now going to test me tomorrow for another form of babesia. But how could I support my immune system to take care of the inflammation and swelling that comes from the exercise routine? Maybe some colostrum. So I'm going to try it. Something else I do is creatine, but that's for another conversation. But I love colostrum. I think it's super powerful. People take it for their hair, their skin. One interesting thing is it is derived from bovine, which is cows. And I will have to report back on this, but I had cut out like dairy and other bovine sort of created products, and I had noticed that my skin actually got better. So I'm going to reincorporate the colostrum and sort of see where I go. But, colostrum is really powerful. It's very positive. It's very anti-inflammatory, nutrient boosting, gut boosting. So like it is definitely something that we do recommend and we do like. Is this something for you? You need to make sure you sort of know where your goals are, what your goals are, and whether you have space for it in your regimen. Just adding more things is not necessarily super powerful or good for you. You want to make sure that you have the room to do so and that it's not just taking up unnecessary space. And I think that's the thing that we help people here the most with is like, what are you taking? Why are you taking it? What are your goals? And is this actually helping you with your goals? Because by the way, there's so many things out there that one could take. We can't take everything. By the way, you can't absorb it all, right? So if somebody's having ongoing gut issues, we're thinking about what's the health of the gut lining? What's the health of the system overall? Is this thing going to help that? Or is this just going to be noise? Or is this just going to be something that, gets in your way? And I think all that is really important when considering your full supplement regimen. But as far as colostrum goes, it's super powerful for your gut, your brain, your immune system, and certainly can be helpful from a travel perspective. So if you weren't sure what colostrum is or does, I wanted to give you guys just a quickie here to talk about, what is colostrum. And obviously reach out if you need help. If you need help, like I said, parsing through all your supplements and making sure that they're the right thing, but you need to make sure that it fits in with your overall wellness goals and that it is not just taking up more space in your pill case. So as always, thanks for listening. I hope this was helpful and informative. We love doing these little FAQs and we're going to bring them back. They're not the longest podcasts in the world, but we certainly like to answer your questions. So catch the next podcast right here. And thanks as always for tuning in. As always, thanks so much for listening to the Wellfuel podcast. We're so happy to have you. To make sure you don't miss a beat, please subscribe either on Apple or Spotify because we have tons of great content. If you want to make sure that you're up to date on everything we're doing in the business with our clients and new offers and all the things, make sure that you check us out at Isabel Smith Nutrition on Instagram and isabelsmithnutrition.com. See you guys soon.